I feel like this is a
So
subtle
get to
message that Chase wants to tell me. Okay. My next installment of LMTF. Chase had gone in search of his mate. Will they get together? Only time will tell. Pokemon X Human / Pokemon.
I don't get what that
Which,
means.
which is okay? Is it Pokemon X Human or Pokemon X Pokemon? You can't have both, you jackass.
I think I know what LMTF stands for. It's called Let's Make the Fuck.
Oh, I thought it was like a sequel to LMFAO or something.
the worst reunion
Pokey
of all
rocks in the
time.
house tonight.
More like
Alright.
Pokey rocks in the pants at this point.
Well, here's the next installment. Excuse the title. It has a purpose. And excuse any grammar mistakes. This was a little rushed. Rate fair and enjoyed. Chapter 1. The name's Chase. The names. The name belongs to Chase. So this is Chase's name. So,
Are you sure?
I mean, if you're gonna put an apostrophe there, clearly the name clearly belongs to Chase. Which, I mean, it's not wrong. It's just grammatically incorrect.
Or does Chase belong to the name?
I think that name's name is Chase, and he owns a Chase. I too wish to own the Chase. But
The
day-
Chevy Chase.
the day began with sun and warmth. I was on the beach meditating, trying to focus my aura so I could read the thoughts of other Pokemon. I focused hard and struggled to maintain the power, then I broke focus and my power faded. I growled with frustration and fell backwards on my back. I
fell
paws behind my
backwards
head.
on my back.
Yeah, as opposed to falling frontwards on your knees. Or falling sideways on your face. It's all very possible. I put my paws behind my head, looked up at the clouds. Then I went into a train, you're gonna train. So, he went into... Oh, no, my bad, that's the wrong train. He went into, literally a locomotive of thought. I wanted so badly to evolve into a Lucario. I was being driven crazy with the impatient... That's not a word. I'm sure you're trying to say with impatience, not impatience. Like there are more patients in the hospital. I'm going driven crazy with all these patients in here. Why did I choose to meditate in the hospital? It's a horrible mistake.
It's not a beach after all.
It's not. It's actually the beach front. That's the name of the room he's in. It's just called the beach. I just sighed and closed my eyes. I began to dream about that Eevee again. She had hurt me so bad, but I couldn't blame her. Okay, for a second I thought we were reading the other one again where we were talking about bad breakup. But I guess this is completely unrelated.
There's a lot of breakups that go on fanfiction.com.
And you wonder where these breakups come from. It's like they find this website and notice their passion and realize maybe I should get the hell out of here while I can. Before I end up in the basement chained up while he reads to me.
Before I end up in one of these.
She read my fanfictions, and then she never spoke to me again.
I don't know why.
Unfriended me on Facebook. I got totally friend zoned, bro.
I only approve of cats and snakes.
Yeah.
That's a responsible adult's approval. She had hurt me so bad, but I couldn't blame her. We had just met and I ruined her first time for her. Okay, sure you did. I'm sure that's what happened. You're right. You ruined her first time. I'm sure she gave you a first time. Let's keep going. I opened my eyes again and sat up, going back into a crisscross sitting position. That's called Indian position, but I'll let that go. Instead, I just think that when he says crisscross position, he's like playing jump while sitting down, which is the exact opposite of what the song wants you to do.
He still didn't beat Make
Crisscross
My...
to make it sit.
Do you think he beat Make My Video then?
I think you could. That's the only way you could.
Even
Not
beat
just
Skeleton.
Skeleton is a final boss. Just needs to happen. Why has no one made a Make My Video fan fiction? I'd read the fuck out of that. But the only way I could get better at controlling Aura was to practice. But the only way to truly master it was to evolve. It was almost 5 months. Wait a minute, 2014. Was Mega Evolutions a thing in 2014?
I guess.
Okay, just making sure. It was almost 5 months after that fateful day, and I wasn't lying when I You weren't lying on the ground, but you were sitting in Indian position. You're correct. You weren't lying. I wasn't lying when I said I thought about that Eevee every day. She would flood my thoughts at different times every day. You just said that every day. I would assume that you think about it every day, but you have to remind us that not only do you think about, do you have thoughts about her, but you also get flooded with those thoughts. You're like having a Louisiana in your head right now. And that's how you make a horrible joke about a serious situation. She would flood my thoughts at different times every day. Some disappointing, others erotic. I exhausted myself from all the energy I used up activating my aura. Is that what they're calling it now? It was late out now, and it was about the time dinner was ready. I went into the cabin and grabbed a plate of sweet potatoes, green beans, and ham. Who the fuck cooked? Oh, never mind. I should just keep reading. I was starving. My father had his eyes glued to the idiot box, slowly chewing his food. My mother eating her food at the kitchen counter while standing like she always did. She never knew how to sit. She gave birth to me standing up, you know. I, on the other hand, ate at a table sort of civilized, but I still shoveled the food in my mouth rather quickly. Tonight, I kind of wanted to go to my room and be alone, just lie in bed.
Is he a Lucario or is he a...
I don't know, but he's gonna lie in bed. He's not even gonna tell the truth while he sleeps. Just go for it, I guess. When I was finished, I put my plate in the sink and went off to my room. You're not even gonna wash your own dish? Lazy fuck. I lied down in bed and crossed my leg over the other and put my paws behind my head. I started thinking about the Eevee again. Then those thoughts quickly became erotic. My cock began to get hard. Well, that just jumped right into it. Why didn't it?
No.
Is he gonna masturbate though?
Shit. Well, this is embarrassing.
My cock began to get hard. This pleased me.
That's a catchphrase for this whole evening. Shit, well, this is embarrassing. I thought to myself. Then I took my 2 fingers and began to stroke the tip. That's how that. Sure. I felt myself getting more and more excited by the
Very
second.
refined, exotic masturbation.
Yeah, you know, it's like a wine glass, kind of. He just
Only
does
use
it that way.
2 fingers. Yeah.
Real gentlemen
Wine
use
glass.
2 fingers. I then stopped myself. Seriously, do you want to make a mess this close to bedtime? I thought to myself. So I nodded in agreement with myself.
Just use a
actually
tissue, like-
ejaculate doing that as it does to...
Well, don't you know Lucarios don't have tissue? They only have idiot boxes and the ability to stand up all day forever. I shut my eyes and went to sleep. The next morning, I woke up and felt a little different. I was too tired to care, so I got up and went to the bathroom to freshen up before I started my day. I went to the bathroom and got in the shower. Something was really off, but again, too tired to care. I got out when I was finished and went to brush my teeth. The mirror was all fogged up, so I couldn't see my reflection. I couldn't put my finger on it while I felt different. I felt a lot taller. I dropped my toothpaste and toothbrush and quickly wiped away the steam from the mirror. I trimmed with a surprise, almost falling over. I had evolved into a Lucario. Excuse me?
What?
This is,
I don't think human evolution works that way.
This
Otherwise,
is
I want to
Lucario's live journal. This is their first post.
Like my life as a Lucario. You know, instead of 12 years a slave, it's 5 months of Lucario. It must have been overnight while I was asleep that I evolved. So kids, now you know, don't whack off in bed. You might just become a Lucario.
Well, I mean,
Even
he was
if you have to use more than 2 fingers. I walked out to the living room. Hey mom, dad, check this out, I announced. What is it? They both replied. Oh my god, Lucario said. Well, I'll be damned, Jason said. Who the hell is Jason?
Wait, so Chase evolved into a Lucario, but then they just have a Lucario who's just named Lucario. This is gonna get really fucking confusing fast.
Oh wait, my friend's like, but Lucario is a day evolution and it happened overnight. Oh yeah, that is true. You have to evolve a Riolu in the day. What is this? That is actually correct.
Because he's a Riolu. You evolved into a Lucario. Lucario said, shedding a tear of happiness. Way to go, son. You finally evolved, and I lost my ability to grammar. Jason congratulated. Then Lucario and Jason came in for a group hug. We all hugged each other tightly. You just said you came in for a group hug. Why do you like double explain yourself? It's like, then I went to go to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom and cried. I went to make a sandwich. I made a sandwich and ate it.
For emphasis.
We all hugged each other tightly with happiness because that's now a noun. That we all let go, and Jason said, "You know, son, I've been thinking about it. We already call your mom Lucario, so I've been thinking we should give you your own name. Your mom doesn't have a name. That's pretty fucked up.
I like the we. That's the
It's
offshoot
worse
band
than
from
being
the
called
Who.
mom.
Related to the what?
It's like, let's just say, oh hey mom, this is my mother. She doesn't have a name. Sometimes we call her woman. Other times we call her chair. It's all a good
It's
thing.
actually extremely derogatory that they call their mom Lucario. Just because she's
That's my
Lucario,
favorite.
fucking.
Tell me that. She puts on a dashiki and dances.
It's a very dysfunctional family.
That's how it happens.
Yep.
Well, what did you have in mind?
Oh, is everybody else Lucarios, or what the fuck?
Oh, these are all Lucario. This is a
It's
family.
like Smurfs, you know? They replace certain words of Smurf.
Yeah.
It's just Lucario. I'm gonna look.
Oh,
I'm
yes,
gonna
the
Lucario
Jason type
top right there.
Pokemon.
Well, I think we should call you Chase, Jason replied. I like it, I said. It suits you perfectly, Lucario added. Well, that settles it. From now on, we'll call you Chase, Jason said. I like the name, and it did suit me, but now I got transferred to Box 1. Now that it was all put up, I walked over to the door and opened it up. Where are you going, son? My dad asked. To train. Where else? I said, shutting the door after.
Train my penis!
Did you go run with your arms behind your back, too? I went down to the beach and got right down to business. But damn, you didn't waste no time with those 2 fingers, huh? I can feel my organs stronger. Phrasing than before. My mom was right. I would become a master in no time. Yeah, master. Yeah, mastering aura was good. I feel like this is just some strange allegory, and I don't like where this is headed.
Thought you said mastering oral was good and all.
It is!
We
That's
gotta get to the
exactly
main
like-
event. 2 fingers.
It was good though. The one thing now was on my mind that was the most was that Eevee. That fucking Eevee. She doesn't even have a
Fuck
name.
that Eevee.
You know, if my
Wait,
Eevee,
like,
Eevee had-
Eevee is how small compared to Lucario?
it was
like,
reality at
Fucked
first.
up,
That's why
even in
they were doing their first
Pokemon
time.
standards. Oh my god.
I had to go and see if she would take me back. Yeah, because she probably wouldn't even fucking recognize you. It would tear me apart if I didn't. So I planned to go out to find her 2 days after today. Why didn't you just go look for her today? What? Okay. Chapter 2, The Pursuit of Eevee. So I was preparing to leave to... I was
The
preparing
pursuit
to
of
leave-
happiness?
Yeah, you know.
I need to
I was
re-randomize.
preparing-
This seed is weird.
Well, look, okay. So this guy, he was preparing to leave early. You know, like before when he decided to eat dinner and then ate dinner.
Yeah, you know.
He said, so I was preparing to leave early that morning when suddenly my dad confronted me. I
wait,
was
wait,
like,
comment. Leave to leave.
Yeah, he said he was getting ready. He was gonna leave to leave.
No, I
early.
meant like the Nintendo. Huh? No, okay. No ass to ass in this thing then. Fine, be that way.
Oh, I just realized.
Yeah, there we go! Can we get
What?
that in this too?
Sure, you know, ass to ass. Why not? Leave to leave.
Hey,
Chase, where are you going so early in the morning? Jason asks. Oh, well, I was, you're going after that Eevee, aren't you? Listen, son, I understand you may have a bond with this girl, but is she really worth all this trouble? Jason asks, interrupting me without a question.
We're gonna have a beautiful Poke Egg together. You can't stop me, Dad.
I love that Eevee butt, and you're not gonna stop me from getting that Eevee ass, okay? That Eevee has a name, and it's Eevee, okay?
just like Mom. Fuck you.
My baloney has a name, Dad. Dad, I feel like she and I share a bond, and it's especially a bond if you get told no and keep going back. That's a special kind of bond, all right?
That's called a restraining order. You're bonded for quite a while with that one.
Yeah, this is the kind of bond that stalkers have. I just know we're meant to be. I exclaimed. All right, son. If she
Sounds
means
like
that
the words of a
then
not.
go ahead.
Sounds
You
like
stalk her. I don't.
that sounds like the words of a not criminal.
If she means that much, you go. But promise me, if she rejects you again, that you won't beat yourself up over it too much. Oh, I got 2 fingers to prove you wrong, Dad.
The safe word is X defense.
Okay, I won't, Dad, I replied. Good. Now you better get going before you mother gets up. You know Lucario's gonna be upset if she doesn't get her rest. I'll cover for you.
Treat you
And-
mother right. Check
Yeah.
your feet.
Treat you mother right, like Mr. T always said. I'll cover for you and make up an excuse, he said. I nodded, turning around and rushing off into the forest, kicking up dirt as I ran. Now, what did the dirt do to you, Chase? Jason. I guess Jason didn't say anything. I understood what Chase was feeling, and I knew that he would find the answer he was looking for. I just hope it's in the heart of battle. I walked back into the cabin and crawled back into bed with Lucario. Alright, that's his mom. Be careful not to wake her up from her slumber. When Lucario awoke an hour later, I followed her into the bedroom. We shared a shower that morning, us getting clean. I helped Lucario wash her back. Though we were getting clean, we also got dirty. I kissed Lucario's neck, giving
What the
her
fuck? Wait, are mom and dad just wait?
There's this king of sex scene between his parents because we gotta go there.
Yeah, that's what you really want to hear in a love story is how do their parents fuck? You know?
But enough about me and chasing my dreams. Here's my parents having sex.
Check out my mom and dad fucking.
This is based off a childhood memory when I walked into the bedroom at the wrong time.
Yeah, this is definitely based on real events. It gets worse. Don't worry, guys. Right. She, on the other hand, didn't help me get clean at all. She got down on her knees as opposed to getting down on her face, I guess, and sucked my cock. Bobbing her head swiftly. She also had an odd desire to finger my butthole. I think you have an odd desire to finger your own butthole, okay? Let's just get that out of the way right now.
You write enough fan fiction, you just get curious. What is it like if I got my butthole fingered
So I went to my Lucario.
by a Lucario? I want the aura in my anal.
And you want the oral in your anal. It's okay.
It's called oral in your anal.
Yeah, it's called anal oral cannon.
No.
I barely noticed as her magnificent
Sorry on the stream. I'm sorry. I think I just bludgeoned Zelda.
This moment didn't last long, and within seconds, Lucario swallowed my seed. Most days, my cock was all she ate for breakfast. No! It's your wife! What kind of horrible asshole are you? John Cena where so you can have a cock meat sandwich? Most days, my cock was all she ate for breakfast. Well, I'm glad it regrows back, you crazy list man. Honey, what's for breakfast? Oh, you already know. I cut it off and it's bleeding profusely. Please eat it.
Oh god.
I need to go to the hospital. I love my wife so much that I didn't give her a name. Signed the average Pokemon trainer.
Wait, yeah, is Jason like a human or is he a Lucario?
He's a
I don't
Lucario.
know, and I'm afraid.
He's a
We're all very afraid.
Humans
Nothing is clear in the strange world of Pokemon.
There's
Oh,
something strange in your neighborhood, okay?
Buster makes me
Lucario
feel
and I-
good.
Shared a tender moment after getting out. We embraced each other's dripping wet. Our love for each other was inextinguishable, but apparently not enough to give her a fucking name. I remember Lucario's soft furry back and Lucario's paws brushed through my hair. This was something we vowed to do often to display how strong our love for each other was. So you rub her back and she brushed your hair with her paws. And that's what you said at the wedding that you would do for each other to prove your love. I just want to talk about these vows here. I think that's where the problem starts. But I'm not a marriage counselor. I'm not even a marriage. So fuck it. I hope Chase would get the experience someday with the right woman. In this case, a fucking Eevee. Yeah. About an hour later, Lucario and I lay on the couch embracing each other. Wait a damn second. Where's Chase in all of that? Just Chase just went out and got hit by a bus for all we know. Jeez. I lay on the couch and an hour later, Lucario and I lay on the couch embracing each other again. Well, I'm glad that your grandma's better than your son's. Lucario on top of me. This was quite an odd day. Lucario and I weren't usually this affectionate, but it didn't bother me. It was helping keep me from answering the question of where Chase was, and my hands caressed every inch of Lucario's body because apparently my arms are really fucking long. but then a though hit me. I think Lucario was in heat. Lucario, have you entered heat, my darling? Yes, I actually have gone into heat. I'm so glad you could just ask this question casually in front of my family. Honey, whose name I still don't know.
By the by, I didn't catch your name in the past 5-10 years.
You're not
I
doing too
love
much.
you so much, dude.
The best wife I've ever had. If only I knew your name. Yes, I actually am going to heat. Is that a problem, my dear? She asked seductively. Damn it, how did she become so sexy? I thought she was you. You're right. So when Lucario's going heat, they become sexy and they mount you in the shower, which sounds terrifying. Again, I'm not.
That's why you always. That's why you always put them in the box.
You put them in box 1. Always box 1, never box 2.
Slip and crack your head.
It sounds like Skype did that to your mic.
Realistic slipping physics shit. Oh my god, this Skype is like freaking out. I'm afraid.
Claudia.
It's now.
Oh my god.
So what you tell him?
I don't think he can hear us.
I just got back. My internet took a poop.
I heard it.
It's like you fell to the floor or something. Mario!
Oh, wait, where were we in the story?
Alright. I rolled Lucario over off the couch and onto the floor. You just threw her off the couch!
Just fucking roll her like a barrel. Get the fuck off the couch.
I'm saying you heat in my house. Get the fuck out of
I
here.
don't know your name. Who are you?
No Lucario's on the couch. You're gonna track fur.
I told you.
Damn it, wife.
This is why you don't have a name.
You woman.
On dinner again.
Now you don't get anything else for dinner either.
You know what? This just for that. No cock for you. Lucario giggled and said, "A little rambunctious." Okay. If you're not gonna bother to spell it right, I'm not gonna bother to pronounce it. I viscously kissed Lucario like a beast. I'm trying to slide off.
Hang on! Viscously? Like liquid viscosity? What?
Yeah,
I don't think you can.
It was a very thick kiss, I guess.
What was its pH rating then?
Well, it was like a beast, so there's your comparison.
Was it a base or an acid? I can't tell.
It was a bit alkaline, I guess. Well, you know, he viscously kissed Lucario like a beast while trying to slide off my loose-fitting sweatpants. I could no longer keep it in me anymore. I got my cock out for Harambe and prepared to enter Lucario.
Oh.
Okay, now back to Chase.
Viscous? I think it was supposed to be vicious, but
You know, it's a viscous kiss.
something is lost in translation, I think. I don't know what, but something.
It's one of those moments when the word choice is either unintentional or very misguided.
Either way, it's not good. There's no good ending to that.
Well, that's why he just cut away, because he realized he just muddled everything up. So we're going back to Chase now, I guess. Chase, I can only imagine how my dad was distracting my mom. Oh, you have no idea how viscous he is.
Well, we have a story for you, Chase. Actually,
I'm
no.
getting pretty viscous in the shower. Oh. I was at the waterfall now. It was true when Lucario told me I would master the power of Aura when I evolved. I could see the Aura flow of every Pokemon in the valley. I searched for the Aura of that Eevee. I looked all around the valley but could not find her Aura. I thought maybe I could search better if I was in the ground. So as I did before, I jumped off a cliff and dove into the pond that acted as runoff for the waterfall. Only one problem. Wait, why in the hell is there a pond at the bottom of a waterfall, not a river? Everything should be dry down there. It should be a fucking flooding situation.
No,
Pond
see,
is not where waterfall ends.
the water evaporates so fast in Pokemon Land
It's all those goddamn magmars down there.
from the volcano, that the Ash's mom made. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh. Only one problem. I was much taller and would sink faster. I don't think that's how physics work. I panicked in midair and tried to land better, but it was no use! I hit the water head first, and as I predicted, sunk very fast. I smacked my head off the bed of the pond, and I was out cold. The end. No. But this isn't how I planned on dying, I said to myself in my unconscious state. I wonder why I didn't think that through a little better. I was just thinking in the moment, I guess. I couldn't believe it, but I woke up on shore. Not only did he woke, but he woke actually on shore.
Fuck the hell yes!
But I actually woke up on shore. Coming to Food Network. I sat up and grasped my chest and breathed heavily in and out with relief. I could hardly believe it. Well, hey there, Sleeping Beauty. You finally woke up, a voice said from behind me. I tuned around. It was a Nuzleaf that sat hunched up against a rock with a twig in its mouth. What the hell happened? I asked him. Oh, well, first you thought it was a good idea to jump off a cliff and you slammed to the water at the break of the The Nuzleaf said sarcastically. How the hell do I survive? What? Are you asking how to survive now that you've destroyed your head? Oh, he's gotten a little slow. Poor Chase. Well, actually, an Eevee hauled you out of the water and provided the rescue breathing for you. After you coughed up some water and began to breathe again, she simply walked away. Which way did she go? I asked, Sharpish now putting a serious look on. Why do you need to know that? The Nuzleaf asked, crossing his arms. She's someone I know. She's the person I came here looking for, I answered. Fair enough. She went off in that direction over there, as I pointed in the air. He said as he pointed northwest. He wasn't kidding. He said as he pointed northwest into a tall bunch of trees. I nodded and headed off in that direction. I feared that Nuzleaf may have been lying about it, but I had no choice really but to trust him. I walked through the forest looking every which way for her. I eventually entered a clearing. It was a waterfall surrounded by trees. I don't think waterfalls work that way either. I looked around and was mesmerized by the scenery, continuing to look around and then look at the base of the waterfall and saw the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Okay. It was the Eevee. I just needed to start a paragraph to say that. It was an Eevee and she was standing on her hind legs and was washing herself. Don't think they can do that. I now understand why my father looked at my mom with lustful eyes whenever she was soaking wet now.
I don't need to know how you knew that.
That raised so many questions. Maybe this was based in reality when he saw a door open that he shouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded more and more like it.
Mario enjoyed wheelbarrow position. I looked at her the same way. She had her eyes shut and was feeling herself up. I swear, it was like something out of the shows on late night TV.
Oh,
What show?
tell us about this show.
You know, the late night with Stephen Colbert had Eevees on it. I didn't know that.
Jeez.
Lewd Eevees.
Yeah, it's like IVs, but it's lewd IVs. My cock got hard, and I looked around to make sure no one else was around. I stepped forward a little to get a better view of her, but while moving forward, I tripped and fell to the ground. If he tripped and fell to the ground, does that mean it's just broke now? But then again, it's probably too small to break. Lucarios do have late night TV. They got the Late Late Show with Steve Siduck and the Late Show with Harvey Biekman.
Harvey fucking Bateman.
They got all the shows. The Eevee quickly looked over in my direction and turned away her private parts, but turned her head so she could keep looking. I got up and quickly waved at her. Hi, Eevee, I said while covering up my shame. Afterwards, Eevee and I sat down by the waterfall. Wait, why is she cool with the fact that you had your dick out stalking her? I think that's a point we just glossed over here. Afterwards, Eevee and I sat down by the waterfall as she dried off. The Eevee was now significantly bigger, standing on all fours.
I see what you're doing.
Standing on all fours. Well, I would hope so. I mean, what, she's just hitting backflips or something? And about 1.5 feet tall. And you want to fuck that.
I want in that.
I need my privates in those privates. All 1.5 feet tall of it.
It'll fit.
That's a whole 18 inches I need for me.
Science needs to know.
Abnormally tall for an Eevee, standing on her hind leg. She was about 3.5 feet tall. I do not think that's how it works. But sure, whatever you want to call it, guys.
Sometimes growth hormones work very fast.
That was her special ability. Hind legs. It just makes you grow taller.
It does nothing in battle.
It's pretty useless. It's like, Detective Pikachu is an ability. Again, abnormal for an Eevee because you didn't do the math. I, on the other hand, am abnormally small for a Lucario. I was about 3 feet 7 inches tall. Well, seeing that I have no idea how tall they're supposed to be, I'm just gonna assume that's small. But height didn't matter to me. Yeah, because you used 2 fingers. And
I would hope he's small fucking and goddamn Eevee, but
Yeah, I mean,
show on television.
At least he's humble about it.
Yeah,
You gotta get a second pair of ears in.
So why did you come back? The Eevee said, half frowning. I couldn't stop thinking about you. I really had to see you again, I answered. Listen, Lucario, my name is Chase, I interrupted.
My name's Chase, the Hedgehog.
That's special. But it can't happen again, the Eevee said. Listen, I'm not back to have sex with you again. I just want something better than that. I want to be with you, he said. I grabbed her paw. She then pulled it away slowly. Chase, she paused. Listen, Eevee, I feel like we're meant to be together. Just spend one day with me. I promise you won't regret it. I said, putting my paws together, begging. Please let me think about it, she said. Take your time. I replied, smiling, putting my paw on her leg. Dude, you're being really fucking creepy, but I don't think that's a problem because I'm sure you've met many women and are very sexually good at what you do. You are good at the sex of having sex, I bet.
I bet. I mean, I'm a different man. I'm a Lucario now.
Literally, I'm different now.
I can learn like 3 different moves.
Like one of those moves aren't even an HM. It's great.
I just realized that my other one. Sorry.
Look, in a couple years it'll get really kinky. I'm gonna learn Mega Evolutions.
You have no idea what I got in store for you. Don't worry, you'll get a new evolution, I'm sure.
Is there an Alola Lucario now?
Yeah, it's just gonna be this Lucario. His name will be Chase
It's just
Lucario.
gonna be in heat all the goddamn time.
And its mother's name will be Lucario. It's just gonna be like, my mom's name is Lucario was the ability. It doesn't do anything. He just won't shut the fuck up about his sexual promiscuity of his parents.
Let me tell you.
Like, when my mom and dad got out the shower, but I just want to quit. I'll pay you all the money in my pocket for you not to tell me what happens next.
Why only for breakfast? Why?
Why does she only eat once a day? Oh, that's not healthy. That's not actually real protein. I got up and walked away into the forest. I jumped up into a tree near where she was. I studied her using aura. So you stalked her again. Good job. She lied down on a patch of grass. I tried to get a read on her thoughts, but I couldn't get any. I sat in the tree as the sun went down. I studied the Eevee for hours being patient, so you're stalking her again. The Eevee finally went to sleep, and I did the same, up in my tree. Well, I had to wait for her answer until tomorrow. Chapter 3. What is love? Morning arrived, and I woke up as the sun came up. Great. I'm glad you did. I looked to see that the Eevee was no longer in her spot. I took that as her decision. It kind of felt a little torn inside, but then I remember what my dad told me, and I tried to feel better before I tore myself up anymore. I jumped out the tree and sat down at the base of the tree trunk and noticed something on my leg. It was my flute. I had it strapped to my leg to carry. When did you get a flute? At no point in this story did you reference a flute.
Kame, that is a euphemism. Clearly, you weren't paying attention.
I guess maybe he wanted to be prepared in case he ran into a Snorlax.
Exactly. Yeah.
There was no mention of this flute at any point in this goddamn story.
Well, they just assume, if you were ever a Poke Scout, you'd know. Always
Alright,
bring
I'll
your
be
flute.
right back really quick, but you can keep going. I'll be right back. I just gotta get something to do stuff.
It was my flute I had strapped to my leg to carry. It was a wooden
I
flute my
didn't
dad
know what
had carved one night. It had a surprisingly good quality sound for a homemade flute. I unstrapped it and prepared to play it. I thought it may help make me feel better. I began to play a song called Lugia Song. That's a great name. Not to be confused with the other song, Soulja Boy's song. For the second Pokemon movie, just imagine what it sounds like. What? For those who don't know the song, look it up and give it a listen. I will do no such thing, Chase. You will not tell me what to do. It was a song I heard a long time ago from a wise man that sat playing in a field. I learned how to play a little later. The sound that imitated, because that's not how you spell emanated. It just says emanated, was so perfect and peaceful. It attracted a crowd the more I played. The other Pokemon were hypnotized by the sound and were fascinated as well as mesmerized. And then out of nowhere, the Eevee appeared. I tried to make it look like I didn't notice her and kept playing it now, closing my eyes. I practically knew the song by heart. It was my favorite tune to play. When I was finished playing the song, I opened my eyes and saw the Eevee sitting in front of me. The crowd dispersed rather quickly. I've heard that song before, and you played so beautifully, the Eevee said. Thank you, I've had some practice, I said, smiling.
I heard it on Pokemon the movie, 2001.
I learned it while playing Pokemon Go. Can we take a walk, she asked. Sure, I replied. I got up and strapped my foot on the back of my leg and began to walk with her. So I thought about it, and I'm willing to give you a chance, she said. Thank you, I replied. Just don't make me regret it. Please, she said, lowering her head.
Did I miss
swear
anything?
by life, you will not. Well, you missed him playing
I
a
hope
song
I didn't miss anything.
from a movie.
Did I miss something good?
You missed him playing Lugia song. I mean, if you heard that,
Just pulled his flute out of his ass and started playing the movie soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I mean, she was powerless to resist My Heart Will Go On from Titanic.
And that just made her real wet. Like, she wasn't convinced before, but she heard that shit, she's like, I want that, Izzy.
I need to go to
This one time at band camp, this guy played the Lugia song for me. We went all the way. That's just what happens.
I swear on my life, you will not regret this, I said, holding her chin and raising her head up. She let out a smile and we continued walking along. So how have things been with you lately? I've noticed you've grown, I said. Well, I haven't changed really, but you have evolved and you look so different to me. Then how the fuck did you even recognize that was him? You just saved a stranger from the lake pretending to be someone who knew you. And at no point did you think maybe this isn't that person and maybe I'm a complete idiot. But sure, Eevee, that's probably why you haven't evolved yourself. Someone would give you a stone and you'd be like, what the fuck is that, and run from it.
Lady Neckbeard?
Yeah.
Oh.
No understanding of what a healthy relationship is, and also doesn't know how a male masturbates.
Fingers, clearly, as a male, I can agree that that's how it works.
Oh yeah? Okay.
I only need one personally, but this guy is a master. He uses two.
Yeah, Ellie, quit woman-splaining to
Oh, I'm sorry, I'll stop woman-splaining to you.
Yeah, don't woman explain how my genitals work or my lack thereof. Alright. I swear on my life, you will not regret this, I said, holding her chin and raising her head up. She let
Sounds
us
exactly like
Oh
something
my
someone would say who is gonna make you regret it.
Here, watch.
Things a stalker terrorist would say. I'll leave you alone forever.
That's what that does.
Alright. Sure, you've changed. You're so much beautiful since we last met, I said. She smiled
You're
and
so much beautiful.
you are.
Before you were just like kind of beautiful, but you're so much beautiful.
You are greatly beautiful now. You are.
You're like a lot of beautiful. You're like X beautiful. You took
If I had a jar of beautiful to compare you to, you'd be bigger than the jar.
Oh. Whew.
I know, I'm a real
Damn.
lady.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
Well, you'd be surprised at this next line. She smiled and turned away flattered. She was really bashful, always being shy. I was laying on the mush trying to get her to surrender. What the hell were you two doing? Surrender, what are you playing, Fire Emblem now?
Yep.
All I had to do was keep it up and she'd be mine. So now you're putting on an act. You're lying to her. What are you, a pickup artist?
Fucking creep. Craig.
Alright, Cario,
Whatever,
you want to
Chase.
the girl out to show you how I did it in 3 easy tricks.
Ugh.
First, get a Lamborghini.
Get your 2 fingers ready. You're going for a wild ride.
You about to evolve overnight.
Cargini.
We finally found a nice spot to sit down, a cliff overlooking a valley. The cliff wasn't very high, and there was a nice shady tree and a rock that sat near the cliff edge, a perfect place to relax. I sat down on the rock in the sunshine and soaked up the rays. Evie sat down in the shade. I wanted to set a peaceful mood, so I pulled out my flute and began playing Lugia's song again. What are you, a one-hit wonder? You're like
Yeah,
worse-
it's fucking
out of the window and
5
play.
years later. Honey, I'm tired fucking Lugia's song. Stop. I know.
Get like that song. Don't you know how to play Journey or something? Evie began to hum too. It was such a nice day outside. The sun was really nice on my fur and it made me feel warm inside. I played the song perfectly and it made Evie smile. And when I finished, Evie asked me, "So tell me about you. Other than the fact that we had sex one time and you ruined it, I don't know shit about you apparently." Well, I live in a cabin a few kilometers back. This is the perfect thing you'd want to hear from somebody you're dating.
I got a cabin in the middle of the woods. We can get warm.
But it gets better. My father's a human and my mother's a Lucario.
No, the father's a Lucario. It's just.
No. He just says that my father's a human. So that's
Wait.
the
Wait,
that's
what?
the-
He
Well,
says
there
that?
we go.
He says that?
Yes.
Wait, his
Confirmed.
dad's. Oh God. Oh!
One of
Oh
those.
no! So wait, is his wife his pet or? I'm so lost now.
No.
So that shower scene was like.
Perfectly,
Well,
obviously.
Do they
Homer,
class
this
that
is a
as-
cabin in the woods? Did you not think incest was a possibility?
Well, no. What I'm thinking is like that shower scene, right, with the dad.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And
And mom doesn't have a name.
Hillbilly fuckboy.
Does that mean he caught a Lucario to fuck it and forgot to give it a name?
Yeah.
Do you want to give it a nickname? Nah.
I don't think it needs one. That's
Nah.
literally what it is.
Time for that. I'm so bad with names.
He couldn't find the Pokemon renamer. He just gave up. The fucking name.
Fuck.
My one regret, honey, is I never decided to fucking
Wait.
give you a name.
What if the reason she doesn't have a name is because she was like Wonder Traded?
Oh my god. That's like mail order Russian bride. Oh god.
Don't worry, guys. There's an explanation, and it makes sense. Wait, your mother and father are... That's impossible, she said. Oh, they aren't my biological parents. They're just people who took me in. The people I call family,
What?
I said. You know, like Ohana, that means family. In this case, you know, human Pokemon, Ohana. They don't stitch got really dark. Oh, well, don't you find that a little strange, she asked. Well, I didn't take to the idea at first. I thought it was a little wrong. But they love each other so much, and my mom doesn't have a name. And they share an unbreakable friendship. Like husband and
As long as you love your Pokemon very much, you can fuck them in the shower, guys.
That's what we've learned today.
And
You
give
know,
them
when-
dick for
When
breakfast.
mommies and daddies and their Pokemon get really happy, they go in the shower and they eat each other's fluids. I'm going to ruin everything for you tonight.
Oh.
Ugh. Ugh.
Well, I didn't. Was they treat me like one of their own? Like there he is. They treat me like
There
one
he
of
is.
their own.
First cool cat. There he is.
Oh, well, that's actually really nice, which is a completely fucking normal thing to say here. She said, smiling. So what about you? Tell me about yourself. Because she asked him that, and he fucking said his parents. Well, I've lived in this forest all my life, and both my parents are dead. She said, I'm so sorry. I said, it's okay. I only took your virginity and did a horrible job doing so. They both fell ill and passed away. I lived on my own ever since. It's been pretty lonely. Well, I'm here, I said, placing my paw on top of hers.
Oh no.
Oh, wait, she was talking about her show.
Strange danger.
That makes sense. Okay, so her parents died, and she never bothered evolving because that would mean she would have character development.
That happens later in the story. Come on.
You're right. All we know about this Eevee is that she had a ruined first time. She's attracted to flute players and has very low self-esteem.
And long walks on the beaches.
Long walks on the cliffs, and she can swim, and she doesn't recognize people but just believes when they say that's who they are. She kept loosening up more and more. I could tell she'd be mine soon. You just sound like a horrible
Oh
person.
yeah, she has that sorry.
Like she'll be all mine soon as he rubs his hands. Then I spotted an apple up in the tree, so I pounced up and grabbed it off the tree. I gave it.
Oh, Eevee! Oh, how I love her! Father's
I was very flattered. Now she nibbled on it slowly. I went back to my rock and sat up against it. Then all of a sudden, the Eevee paused as if something inside her snapped. She then pounced on me. I put my hands around her waist and she lied on top of me.
Oh no!
I can't resist it. I can't resist anymore. I love you, Chase. Well, you see, when you give your Pokemon the right amount of Poke food, like in X and Y, they just jump on you.
Pokey Roofies.
Yeah, this is Poke-a-me. Take it to a new level.
Pokey more than mommy.
Oh jeez, no.
Poke more than friends of me.
Oh.
I love you, Chase.
Pokey fuck of me.
She
I
said,
hope this goes on for a little longer, not for any other reason than I'm working on some legit shit right here. I'm making art. I'm upholding my promise.
Oh, it's art, alright.
It's a piece of work.
Art in the sense that I
art
don't think
confirmed.
it's controversial.
Yeah, I mean art questions reality, and this night has made me do nothing but that.
We'll do huge numbers for affinity, and that's all that matters. Okay. I didn't say anything, I just pulled her in and kisses her. The first real kiss of my life, and it was so damn sweet. Things a virgin would say for 500. Our tongues stopped each other's throat.
Virgins say the darndest things.
Stayed out for a good 6 minutes. Things a virgin would say for 1,000.
I get bored of making out after 6 minutes. You have to go somewhere.
I mean, you kind of need to have a plan.
Yeah.
Other than that, you're gonna get chapped lips, and it's gonna start smelling like saliva. It's disgusting. But I guess I've never kissed the Eevee, so maybe that's the problem here.
You should try it.
Remember, these are animals. How do they kiss?
He found a way.
Hardcore nuzzle. it's called Nuzlocke.
No!
It's yourself a Lucario that uses 2 fingers.
Enjoy a needed eraser to the head, bitch.
Yeah, I deserve that.
Okay. We then finally stopped and lay there and embraced. She clutched my face gently. What are you, a fucking car? I'm gonna put you in the 3rd gear, motherfucker. And rubbed my cheeks, and I held her waist and rubbed her hips. I couldn't believe it. She was finally mine. She'd do whatever I wanted.
Finally mine.
Off the ground back against the rock, and I sat Eevee down in lap facing the other way, and my brain just got scrambled reading that, but that's exactly what the sentence was.
No, please, no, stop.
I then kissed her neck, and she groaned and yelped with pleasure. I did this for about 5 minutes. Dude! Okay, there's foreplay, and then there's just clearly you don't have a clue what you're doing.
There's foreplay and then there's foreplay cubed, and this is probably foreplay triple.
I then stopped and she whispered,
We call
"Now
it
it's
5 play.
now it's your turn. What's she gonna do? Fucking summon blue eyes?
She's one of the red eyes cults. Like, and that's why we can't be in a relationship. You use red eyes? Get out of here. Come on.
Just throws a bowl and get the fuck out of here.
He throws her off the
I've
couch.
never treated you again. She turned around and gave me a devilish grin. She got off my lap and grabbed my cock and licked it. Okay. Let's go right in, why don't you? Man, reminds me of high school. She took her paw and began to jerk me off, because I'm sure she has a thumb to do that. Or maybe she just uses 2 fingers, I don't know, maybe, I mean, come on. She moved her paw up and down my cock swiftly, moving her paw faster
Doesn't Lucario have like spikes on his hands? So how would he jerk off? Oh!
Yeah, spikes on the top of his head.
It's over. It'll only hurt your head.
It's called sounding.
No! Oh, God.
I wish you didn't say that. That just sounds horrifying. You know how big that spike is?
Oh, good.
Like, no wonder it only takes 2 fingers.
Oh no.
It's a mutilated stump at this point.
I don't want to be reminded.
Go and put that spike somewhere else, man.
Yeah, you know, like her dad who found out he really likes being fingered in the ass. Imagine what she was doing with that spike. She stopped a couple seconds later and now used her muzzle to suck my cock. Her warm mouth felt so good, she kept going down on my cock faster and faster. Saliva shooting everywhere. I don't think that's how blowjobs work, and I'm terrified.
Sounds like a slobber knocker, if you ask me.
Like she used water gun while sucking it.
Good.
Did we call that? Did we call that knob slobber? Like,
We call that muck.
oh my! And if you do it really badly, we call it the grimer.
And then finally my seed
No,
shot.
if they do it really bad, you call it the Garbador.
And then finally my seed shot into her mouth and she swallowed my gift.
My gift.
No.
Is that Delibird now?
Yeah, you know.
Present. Oh,
There's a list
Can't
of
wait for a low hot deli bird. Apparently this happened.
Alola Delibird just shoots his dick out, and in come the presents. The gifts. Trust me.
I would have accepted anything else.
No,
Baby
it's
batter
natural
fruit.
gift.
Oh my god. Alright. I was lying on my rock satisfied and Evie looking at me with a grin. The sun became too much for me and Evie and I went and cuddled in the shade of the tree. Of the tree. We sat there for hours and finally the sun began to go down. Evie and I got up and sat on the edge of the cliff watching as the sun went down. We held paws and she sat in my lap with my arm around her. We watched until the sun went down. It was dark now. No shit, the sun just went down. As the light turned to darkness, Evie and I looked up at each other with fire in our eyes. We had both
went down and
the
it
whole
was dark.
time. I pulled Evie in and kissed her. It was better than any other kiss before. Things a virgin would say for 2000. When we let go of each other, something strange happened. Evie began to glow. I had no idea what was happening. The glow revealed the change in body shape and size, and then the glow faded. Evie just evolved into an Umbreon. That is not how that works.
We called it.
No, wait, it's high friendship, so technically it might be.
The power of friendship.
So one thing evolved at the right time, the other one didn't.
Yeah.
Evie, you evolved! This is amazing! I said. Wow, it finally happened. Oh la la, she remarked while looking herself over. How did she look at herself? There was no mirror.
Now it's
There was
time
a-
for second virginity.
No!
How did she look at herself? Okay. She looked so beautiful, the mom light making the yellow rings on her body glow. I can always thank my mom to make things glow. I couldn't contain myself anymore. I tackled Umbreon.
Dark Phoenix
Hey,
rises!
be careful.
Yeah, Jesus.
You can't just use tackle on a brand new evolved Pokemon.
I couldn't contain myself. Did Dark Phoenix rise?
It's only tackled. I mean, you could have Giga Impact her. Sure, it would have had some recoil, but hey, you might have just knocked her unconscious.
Are you ready for the obvious joke? Lucario, you
How am I gonna
screenshot.
explain this to Nurse Joy?
Lucario, use string shot. There, I did it.
Great. I tackled Umbreon and lied on top of her, kissing her intensely. Umbreon had no objection to this, and we rolled around on the ground making out. Things a virgin would say double trouble. We stopped.
This was a lightning round.
I held her, and this was the greatest moment of my life. It was like a feeling I never experienced because you're a virgin. I keep making these jokes, but it's too easy. I'm sorry. She moaned in pleasure. I, on the other hand, had barely made a sound. The forest was so silent. The only thing I could the only thing I could hear, as in the only thing I had over here, but now the only thing I could hear was the collision of fur and flesh and her moaning. I was close exploding inside her. I flipped her over because apparently she was done on that side. So I was on top of her and let her have a rest. I began to ride her now. You what? What?
Giddy up! and then they ran out. Wait, is that the new Pokemon? Wait, is that the new Pokemon riding mechanic in Gen 7 then?
Yeah.
They just take their clothes off and then ride them?
Yep.
Oh, sure. Let's see.
This is so trash. This is the trashiest thing I've ever made.
Okay.
I hope you guys
Oh
enjoy it.
no, what is this?
Grab my
It's
shoulder.
not done yet. It's like far from done, but I'm gonna send it to you.
All of a
Hopefully
sudden,
before the end of the night.
and her pupils became extremely small. She just snapped. Yes, fuck me harder, she roared.
Whoa.
Okay. Let's dial this back a
Yeah, you
little
can
bit.
send me the work in progress. I won't post it on the stream yet.
Okay. Oh god, but I don't know if I want to. I feel like I want you to be surprised too.
Alright.
It's like a wild animal. I liked it. I did.
I mean, she is a wild animal, so I'd be a little bit worried if she wasn't.
No, man, it's different. You know, his dad's a human. You have to specify things. She was intense. Her fangs showed more, and her claws dug into my shoulder blades. That's gotta be painful. Yes, foo! She roared again.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Oh,
you know-
like Fuma Karate?
Yeah.
for fighters?
She roared again. Her fire was inextinguishable. But I thought she was an Umbreon, not a Flareon.
I'm on fire! I'm Jesus!
She was the girl I wanted to fuck for the rest of my life. Faster, harder, better, stronger. She commanded. She was so incredible. I was running out of energy real quick. Oh man, his HP was getting low.
Oh, the PP is running out!
I was panting intensively, and I was getting close now. I could tell she was too. Yes, she yelled out.
Oh, Bison?
Yeah. Yes! I grunted loudly. We orgasmed at the same time. My juices flowed like a river. Okay. This is like the Wheel of Fortune at this point, and the phrase is like things you would never ever say explaining sex.
Spin the wheel,
It's like
pet!
juices flowing like a river.
Our juices flow like a river for 500, please.
My seed poured into her and some spilled out.
Poetry.
It was the most unbelievable sex I've ever had because their sex is unbelievable in general.